So, check this out. Let's see where do Oh, oh. Okay, check this out here. Okay. Why is my head so big? I'll put this up here. Oh, wait. That's my. There you go. Okay. So this is me thinking about this here. So there really is no incentive to change systemic things that are bad, is there? Systemic issues are often persist more than positions. Power better from the status quo, fear is of change. I don't know, I was like laying and like, oh, I better get up and do the routine, which I think we all have some sort of routine. And, thinking about this, and then, I guess we all just do our routines until death, and then our children do their routines, and then their children do their routines, and then their children do, and then just until they're, I don't know. I mean, not sort of. Let me focus on this, I guess. So then I'm like, all right, so maybe it's not this sort of like. Maybe there's literally people that think that things shouldn't change or that they can't change. So then I'm thinking like everyone, pretty much. And then so then I'm thinking that maybe it's out of sight, out of mind. Like, we work until another COVID or another sort of event or a Great Depression, and then we retract, and then we build up again, or something like this. And then I'm talking to him like this. I said, I think some actually for another depression or recession instead of trying to prevent such. Which that's, I totally get that one. But how boring is that, Or maybe it isn't boring. But how fucking boring is that? My mind is like... Alright, so then he goes this. It's possible that some might unconsciously prefer the clarity or urgency of a crisis, like a depression or recession, because it forces action in some priorities. Many cities, some crises requires complex proactive measures. That's not what for some, the disruption of a crisis is not what I'm later. Let's see. Oh, here's the. Absolutely not, because these events often act as a subtle reset button. They force structural change, shift power dynamics, and create opportunities for those positioned to benefit. Additionally, the effort required to run economic dungeons, such as relation, research, and line of planning, can threaten the interests of those who profit from it as well. Those may believe the hardship is a necessary catalyst for change. Seeing prevention. So this is a thing, I think. Hardship is another catalyst for change. Seeing prevention as merely delaying the inevitable. So how do you deal with that? We can do whatever we want. We're gonna avoid. It's up to us. That's how I see it, maybe. Change is inherently unsettling because it disrupts the existing system of flow. People tend to cling to them because they represent stability, predictability. I don't know. I know that this occurs, but I know that I feel like there should be a middle of that. Like it should be like we shouldn't be like, whatever, you know? So I think there's a middle. And he has more stability, because these qualities provide sense of security over time. We adapt to the systems, routines, and norms around us. Maybe if they are flawed or harmful, is that dash in the comfort zone, is safer or unknown. Change, on the other hand, represents uncertainty, with which our brains often interpret as potential threat, requires effort, adjustment, and often really. So, and then I'm thinking like this, like, oh, wait, things always change. We're always making things change. We're always creating these sort of, we are changing things all the time. We just don't know that we're changing things all the time. So I'm like, things change. It's only my idea in my mind that things don't change, you know, like, alright, so I can, so, you know, everything's stable until, you know, you get up, you go to work, or you get up, take a shower, eat, go to work, and, you know, I do that, get up, take a shower, eat, work, go to work, take a shower, eat, you keep doing this day after day, and then you go to work, and then, we have to close the plant, or we have to close this location in our company, or we have to close the doors, or we found somebody more that will work for less. So you have to find another job. Okay, you know, and then I guess you have unemployment. And then I think that runs out at some point, right? Then you find another job. Alright, so let me find another job. Okay, find another job. Eat, work. I guess that's perfect as a perfect scenario, isn't it? As a perfect scenario, without anything calamitous or anything, without any, you know. That's a perfect scenario. So then you find another job, and then, oh, hey, new job, and then get paid this, and oh, take a few few pay cycles, you get your new check. All right, cool. Then you get the new job, and then you work there and work there and work there and work there for 3 to 4 years. Or maybe you worked there for a long time. So yeah, I guess this is the perfect scenario. If another COVID doesn't happen, or maybe another COVID happens, then we do that. So there is no incentive to change. It sort of works. Sort of. It sort of works. Maybe I'm not thinking of something. It sort of works. The system sort of works. But I guess that the question is, could it work better? So, alright, well, I didn't realize, alright, let me keep going here, I guess. So then, we sort of went into, we talked about, let's see here, about a bunch of shit. This here, and then, I don't want to read it. I'll let you read it. Well, I'll read the examples. Imagine a system where you don't have to worry about losing your job to automation or recession. The UBI gives you the security to pursue better education or start a business. I don't know about the whole starting a business thing. I don't know about the whole starting a business thing. It has to be, I think it has to be a good idea, or, because I can start a business and then it fails, and then, or it's a bad business, or it's a bad idea, or something. Businesses are strange. Businesses are really strange. I guess when I think of business, I think of like food or something. Sorry, I'm just like, I was thinking about, I was like lost in thought for a second. It's amazing how many, like, I don't know, there's like so many, like, even I have biases. Even I have sort of like, um, even I may think bad ideas are good or something. Or like in the sense of um, like it's like, oh, it's from me, so it's a good idea or something. Or, you know, how much, or sort of, so I audit these things, I guess. I don't know if I'm a big fan of stereotypes. I'm not sure how that one works. Anyways. Um, yeah, I don't know if I buy this sort of better education and starting a business thing. Um, it sounds nice, but, you know, so it's like, how do you know what class, what is better education? You know, you know, accruing, or, you know, yeah, so I'll move on from that, I guess. Transitional to renewable energy and addressing climate change. That one's a fucking given, the renewable energy one. This is true, yeah. Excuse me. Alright. Healthcare reform and universal healthcare. You need a lot more doctors, huh? Oh. I mean, yeah. I guess, yeah. I guess telemedicine, maybe? Or telemedicine should be right. I think, at least. And then sort of the start of this. Not all the way, but the start of it, I guess. Like you would have to, like, literally, you know, you'd have to, like, I'm gonna push this up and then push this up and then push this up and sort of monitor it and stuff. But, or usually all the way and then sort of do this sort of universal healthcare thing. I'm not sure what would happen. I don't know what would happen. Do do we make these clinics and then they all get, like, flooded? Like, what happened, you know? So, I don't know, I thinking about that, I guess. And, I guess you incite, or, yeah, you make an incentive for more doctors and nurses, I guess. But you can't just do one of this, you know? Or maybe I don't know what and there lies, you know, I don't know what the data is for this. I don't know how many healthcare professionals we have. Educational system. That's a good one. This one's a basic one. This one's like a given. This one's really a given. I forget who. I think it was maybe. I saw somebody that was talking about how college prices are, at some point they're gouging. Yeah, this one's the renting. I think that's a given on this one here. You build them and you rent them out. Only renting. I think that's the way. I think I've gone into that. I don't really want to go into it again, but like you set the competition. I guess I went into a strange one with the minimum wage reform. It was like what was it? It was like I forget what it was. It was like some states have. I forget what it was. I don't want to. I'll skip that, I guess. But it was like there was a. What was it? It was like. It was some states, even though some states pay higher than the federal minimum wage, it was something with it. There was some discrepancy with how state wages, minimum wages, they just didn't update it or something because or I forget what that was. Maybe I'll have to look into that one. But it was like where they didn't bother to raise they didn't bother to raise the official state minimum wage because the federal minimum wage was already surpassed that, which I thought was so strange. Like, why wouldn't you just update that information and synchronize that information? I think addressing system. I don't know how you would do this one. I don't know how you'd physically do it. So I don't know how you'd physically do this one. I don't know how you'd physically do this one. Because it's like, see. I know. I don't know how you'd physically do that one. No. Let's see here. I think we have that. I think we have the equal opportunity employer, but then it's like there's discretions there, so I don't know how you would fix that. That's like a. I'd have to see where, I'd have to see like where and what's happening, you know. So I just don't have any. I don't know any information about that. Like I don't know where and what. So then I, of course, the Congress and the prison reform thing, I had to talk to him about. So then he's saying, yeah, my mind's going now. um, so I guess that relates to like being afraid of change, and then posing that question on to Congress and or the our literal government. The people want it, I think. The people want this. Not only the people, but people come out of the Congress saying that they want this. So I think you frame it like that. Like let's try or something. I don't know. Something like this. This one's a pretty easy one. Cuz it's physical. I mean, I think it's fine. I think this is fine. This. I don't think we really. I really don't think we do this. To be honest with you. Sounds. I think that sounds like a better way than currently what's happening. But then this ties into laws, and then what do we consider illegal? There is no incentive to change this, and that's what I'm saying with the routine. You know, it's really it's sort of out of this sort of thing. Yeah. So we have to. I don't think we. I don't know. I just. There's no incentive, so it's like I'm trying to. It's like, how do you. Things are always changing. Things are always changing. We can do anything. America can lead the way. Fuck the routine. We can still have our routines. I think that's the way of looking at it, is like we can still have our routines, we can still have our sort of like our standard of whatever you want to call this, of getting up and going to work and coming back, and we still have all this. But I think if we don't address this as a country, like these sort of disparities, like all of them, I think some of them you can only do like this or like this, but if we don't sort of if we don't address these things, whatever you want it to be, immigration, all these issues here, then I think we're doing a what do you call it, injustice. And I think we look like we're lacking, and as a country, and I don't want to look. I don't want our country to look like we're sort of like asleep or something. So, and then that's why I sort of talked to him about this, that I hope America can lead the way. That he talks about this, but I'm talking about. I think that's nationalism. I don't buy this sort of like this nationalism of like, I don't know. I just think of nationalism as this feeling of like of us not resenting the fucking country, you know. And there's people that do, and there's people that don't, you know. But it's ultimately this sort of like repairing and saving, pretty much. I read something where it was like, I mean, you don't want people burning the American flag. I think we should try to make sure that we don't have a resenting public. And that's like a, you know, it's America, you know, U.S. The free world, you know. There's no incentive to do this, but I think we should. Things change all the time, and things are changing. There's bad laws, there's good laws, or there's inefficient laws. There's a bunch of foolish laws. There's a bunch of laws that just don't make sense, but they make sense to a certain amount of people. And then there's no incentive to talk about this. There's no, because the routine is there. You know, honey, I'm home, you know, and then fucking big meal, and then big, you know, snoring, and then hitting the alarm clock and getting up and waking up again, and then doing it all over. That's there. So there really is no incentive. So there really is no incentive besides the incentive that we create or hold in our own selves. So yeah. I have to think about that one. I don't know how to phrase that one, but I'll probably figure it out how to phrase that, I guess, with it. Because then what are we doing, really? So it's this behemoth. It's just like this massive thing that's like this massive thing that's just like, you know. So we have to sort of, I think we have to. It's not radical. It's not this sort of like radical activism. Fuck that. Fuck radical activism. It's just it's a feeling of change, and it's an awareness. All right. Okay. I don't know if there was anything else in there that. No. Anyways, that was this morning. So, alright. Hope that helps.